Alright, this is my persuasive speech on eating local and fresh. Eating fresh and local, why is it the best choice? Today I'm going to talk to you about eating clean and fresh and why we should incorporate this into your lifestyle. Food and illness, the connection. We're going to watch a clip from a great documentary from Forks Over Knives that really makes a connection of food and impairments.
The average American now carries 23 extra pounds.
Heart disease and stroke will claim the lives of 460,000 American women. We're talking about diabetes and hypertension and bone diseases, osteoporosis.
69 grams of fat. You could actually save 12 grams of the fat and half the calories if you simply ate an entire stick of butter.
Food. It's central to our lives and traditions. Every special occasion seems to involve food and feasting. But could some of these same foods, including several that we think are good for our health, also be causing many of our most serious health problems? Indeed, we're facing a massive health crisis. No less than 40% of Americans today are obese, and about half of us are taking some form of prescription drug.
Someone has to stand up and say that the answer isn't another pill. The answer is spinach.
That's right, the answer is a lot of people do think that the cost of eating fast food versus fresh food is why we make poor decisions. However, the New York Times really has debunked a lot of these myths. For example, the fact is that it isn't cheaper to eat highly processed foods. For example, a typical family order for 4 at McDonald's with 2 Big Macs, a cheeseburger, 6 chicken nuggets, 2 medium and small fries, and 2 medium and 2 small sodas cost roughly $28. However, you could serve a roasted chicken and vegetables alongside with a simple salad and milk for about $14. And that feeds 4 to 6 people. So what's the problem? What's the problem with it is it's always cheaper to eat fast food versus fresh produce. Well, the core problem, according to the New York Times, is that cooking, defined as work, and fast food is both a pleasure and a crutch. Julie Gutham, a professor from University of California, Santa Cruz, states, people really are stressed out with all that they have to do, and they don't want to cook. So it's more of a cultural feeling. It's easier to pick up fast food. So real cultural changes are needed to turn this around. So somehow a no-nonsense cooking and eating, roasting a chicken, scrambling an egg, putting a grilled cheese on, must become popular and valued, and not just by the hipsters in Brooklyn, according to the New York Times. So a big advocate for local food, and she has made it a part of her mission as First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama. And you will hear her, she has made childhood obesity and eating well her mission as First Lady. She has incorporated gardens, she has championed eating local foods and exercising, and really making the connection from childhood obesity and having access to local fresh farm food. According to the Washington Post, sustainable local agriculture, national foreign policies, and school gardens, and most of childhood nutrition have all found common grounds within the White House garden. Michelle Obama has been applauded for advocating this change in children's nutrition. So where can you buy local? You're in Kansas City, you're not in San Diego, you're not in New York City. Where can you go in your local community to buy local? Well, a great place is the River Market. You could go on Saturdays to pick up fresh local produce. It has over 80 local farmers. They sell your usual vegetables and fruits, but they also carry unusual ones as well. But the River Market isn't the only place. Always look for your local community markets. For example, the Brookside Market, Farmers Market, that may be more accommodating if you live in that area. And you really are seeing local organic farmers markets tend to pop up around the city. So you're tired from a long day of work and you just don't feel like roasting that chicken or making a salad. So instead you go to McDonald's, Taco Bell, or fast food restaurants in general. Where can you go in the city? Where can you go in Kansas City that has to offer local farm food straight to the table. A great local restaurant is the West Side Local. And I wanted to show you a small clip of a great restaurant we have right here in Kansas City.
Chris Troy says, please donate blood. And afterwards, treat yourself to the fresh food delights at West Side Local on the West Side.
The West Side Local came to be because we were searching for a watering hole that we hadn't really seen here in Kansas City. Something with really good drinks, a really good beer list, and excellent food to supplement that. Kind of a really eclectic meeting place for all sorts of people in Kansas City. The ambiance here at the West Side Local, we've got great brick walls. The building's somewhere around the 100-year-old mark, and the neighborhood is part of the ambiance.
Well, right now, the quinoa dish is really one of our stars, because it's such a good, healthy dish. And we also have our great mac and cheese, which goes in the absolute opposite direction of it, but still rare. We do focus on local dining as much as possible, so we use stuff from our garden. I use product from local farmers around the state, Kansas and Missouri. So we're a
So there you go, an example of a restaurant in Kansas City who has their own garden right behind the restaurant, and they're using local farmers to bring great food and a great ambiance to Kansas City. Other restaurants are the Farmhouse, again at the River Market, and Room 39. They also offer the farm-to-table food that comes from local farmers. So some of the top 10 reasons to go local, and I'll just go through a couple highlights. Locally grown food just looks and tastes better. I think everybody's experienced that farm fresh salad coming from your local farmer, and it just seems to taste better. Local food is also better for you. Of course, it's going to be better for you than your Taco Bell or McDonald's. Local food also preserves genetic diversity. I mean, we don't want a big farm just giving us all of our food. We want diversity in the food that we produce. Local food is safe. It seems that every couple of weeks we hear about a food being recalled. When you're buying local, you don't have to worry about pesticides and being processed wrong, and you don't have to worry about disconnect. Local food supports farmers' families and your local economy. Local food supports your community, bringing the community more together. Local food preserves open space. I mean, would you rather have an IKEA or fresh produce to look at? Local food keeps taxes down. I mean, cows don't go to school. Tomatoes don't call 911. Local food benefits the environment and wildlife. The farm environment is a patchwork of fields and meadows, and this helps to preserve our environment. Lastly, your local food ultimately is an investment in our future. By supporting local farmers today, you are helping to ensure that there will be farmers in your community for tomorrow. So my call to action to everyone is just to be more aware of the alternatives of fast food and processed foods. There are great resources in our own backyard. Remember those local farmers markets. Also remember that there are great local farm-to-table restaurants here in Kansas City that really helps you to take advantage of all Kansas City has to offer.